guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So I wanted to just kind of go over a couple things with y'all. Excuse me, because some of these things are incredibly exciting, if not all of them. Excuse me. So the first thing I would have to say is I'm actually leaving on Friday to start driving up, so it is becoming very real. It's gonna take me like 23 hours and change to get to Pennsylvania, so it's gonna be quite a while. It's gonna take me over a day to get there in total. Also, you know, you have to factor in like bathroom breaks and food and all that kind of stuff, you know, that I always end up forgetting about until very last minute. But excuse me, you know, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, so what I really wanted to talk to you guys about is I have found that my planner has been a huge help throughout this entire moving process. If you have ever moved on your own, or, you know, you probably have a family, I don't know your situation. You definitely know how much goes into this, especially when you're trying to get what I call the creature comforts, you know? So things like your internet and cable, I actually have them coming on the day that I'm going to be moving in, which is this coming Monday, the 20th. So they're going to be there sometime between 11:30 and 3:30 so that I don't have to be without internet for too long. I'm not going to have my TV until the movers bring it up, so it's going to be a little while before that happens, which is fine because I'm going to have both of my laptops, so I could just use Hulu or Netflix or Amazon Prime. I have all of those, so it's not going to be an issue. But, you know, it really has been a huge help to have my planner as my companion throughout this entire process, because I actually have a couple of different things, and I apologize I can't show them to you, but there are things that I think a lot of people don't remember to include when they move, you know, because sometimes it's like your pay is changing, you know, maybe you're making more, maybe you're making less, whatever the case may be, you know, I think it calls for a new budget. So I actually have my budget, and I broke it down 4 different ways. So annual, quarterly, monthly, and weekly. And I'm probably going to go into more detail about this later on, but for right now, you know, I'm just kind of getting the basics down. And the one thing that's really pissing me off is that none of my budget includes personal care or household and sundry items, because I don't know how much I'm going to be spending on that stuff. Personal care, I would say I do spend a lot of money on that because I'm always trying different things. And yeah, but it's definitely slowed down from when I was younger. But anyways, just wanted to, you know, throw that out there. It has been a huge help, especially in me trying to figure out what my budget was going to be to begin with. Also, like apartment stuff. So generally the steps to getting an apartment, you know, there's a lot to it. And for the one that I'm going to be living in, they request a lot of different things. So I have to have a money order for the city that I live in for an inspection of my apartment. So I had to remember to go get that. And, you know, I wanted to make sure I did that before I moved so that I could just literally show up there at 9 a.m. and get my keys and just start moving what I brought with me in there. So, you know, definitely a big help in that respect. Also had to turn on my electric, and like I already mentioned, you know, I had to have someone schedule someone to come out and hook up my cable and internet. So there's also that. And then any like extraneous expenses as well. You know, I have to pay my security deposit, and whatever is left in rent for, I think, the rest of the month. So it's honestly not that bad, but it has been a huge help to have my planner. I haven't really been utilizing it as much as I should have, but towards the end, it was great because, you know, I'm able to take all my notes and I can leave it all in there. So at some point, I will show that to you guys because if anything, you know, we all think about using our planner on a day-to-day basis, but I don't really think that we think about using it for bigger aspects of our lives. I know a lot of people who use it for like wedding planning, but you know, you can literally use it in every facet of your life, which I really think is beautiful. And you know, you can kind of tailor it to your needs, which I think we're all trying to kind of go with that. So that being said, I am actually starting a planner that I'm going to be leaving at home. And you guys are probably like, what? Because don't you leave your A5 Filofax at home? I do, but it involves different things. So this is going to be strictly like a home care binder, excuse me, if you will. So it's going to be tracking stuff like my bills that I need to pay, you know, yada yada, you kind of get the idea. So I decided to try DISCBOUND, and this is not the ARC brand. This is by Tool, T-U-L, and you can get it, I apologize, I keep having like issues with my throat. You can get it at Office Depot, but what really attracted me to this was, first of all, I've always wanted to try DISCBOUND. I have really been considering like a happy planner, but at the same time, I noticed that it was set up very much so like an Erin Condren. And if you were not already aware, I have a huge disdain for the Erin Condrens for a variety of reasons, which, you know, I think it's a great brand, but it's just not my thing. So again, kind of deciding to go DISCBOUND because it gives me the flexibility. So I do have the largest size, which is just, you know, the size of a regular piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. And I am already in love. This thing has pockets. It is genuine leather. And, you know, I already bought bigger rings for it, as you can probably tell, so that I can add to it, but very, very exciting. I also wanted to get like 2 more because I'm thinking one of them I'm gonna take with me to work so that I can take notes, kind of keep track of everything and whatnot. And then I'm also going to have one that will be, I guess, kind of a travel planner, if you will. So I know you guys are like, okay, what about your pocket Filofax? I'm kind of deciding what I want to do with that right now. I'm having issues with the rings because they keep coming apart. So that being said, I might have to completely ditch that idea, or my other thought was I could just get another pocket-sized Filofax. But again, kind of just trying to see what's out there and, you know, try different things. So, excuse me, I'm actually on my way to Staples today, and I wanted to take y'all with me so that, you know, I can just kind of see like what else there is, because I have considered DISCBOUND before, you know, going into like the whole ARC system, but I never really pulled the trigger. So now that I pulled the trigger with the Tool one, I am kind of thinking I want to go see what ARC has to offer, because one thing that I have noticed is Office Depot, Office Max, they don't really have a lot to choose from, which I personally do not like. I've always been more of a Staples person anyways, just because, you know, it's Staples, like it's a glorious place. But basically I'm just gonna go and see, you know, what I can find, if anything, and I wanted to take you guys with me. So in case you're wondering what I have in this notebook already, and some of this I'm not going to be able to share with you guys because it is a little bit more on the sensitive side. I was having an issue with the movers. Actually, it's a series of issues that created one giant issue, which I will probably talk about at a later date. But anyways, I'm kind of like prepping everything, you know, kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty. So I have a running list right now of reminders and things like that. So I, you know, basically have, it's not necessarily a brain dump, but it kind of is. It's more so like a to-do type brain dump, but also with notes. So it's just a combination of a couple of different things. And I've actually started to create supply lists. So, excuse me, I have, you know, an idea that I'm going to be utilizing where I have supply lists for the kitchen, the bathroom, you know, laundry stuff, and then also personal care things. And, you know, I have to prep my car for winter because, you know, moving back up north, so gotta be prepared for that. I'm also going to be doing the Dave Ramsey system for my budget, so I need to kind of get that started. I'm thinking I'm gonna start in December just because it's gonna be a new month and, you know, I'll be able to like start clean, if you will. So I'm just gonna do it that way. But it's essentially last minute things that I otherwise probably would have forgotten. Like, I'm going to clean out the washer before I use it. And the way I like to do that is I basically just put vinegar in there. And, you know, that's essentially how I wash a lot of things, like the washer, my coffee maker, you know, basically just trying to get it to a good spot where I feel comfortable using it, if that makes any sense. Personal preference, totally do not have to do that. But the way I see it is, I don't know if the person who lived in that apartment before me was like really gross with their clothing, and you know, there could be mold in there. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just quite, you know, going to kind of nip that in the bud before anything even starts. Also, I'm trying to remind myself to do Christmas cards. So I'm in the process of doing more intricate stamping, I guess you could say. I, as you guys probably know, only use my stamps for, I guess, functional purposes, you know, in my planner. Some of them are more for fun, but a lot of them are very, very functionally based. And I have it that way because that's just the way that my brain operates. If there's extraneous shit all over the page, I end up getting like distracted and confused, and it just does not do anything for me. So I try to keep it as functional as I can while also still having fun with it. So for me to actually delve into the world of card making is going to be quite interesting because I've actually been a part of a group on Facebook called Stamp Junkies for a couple months now. I actually just removed myself because it became overwhelming. You know, I was a part of that group and then a Bob's Burgers fan club group, and combined with, you know, a Caucasian Shepherd and a Samoyed fan group, it got to be too much. And I feel like when you go on social media, there's just a lot of shit on there in general. So I just felt very overwhelmed. So I just decided to remove myself from that group just for that reason, even though the ladies on there were so nice, they were so informative, and they really made some amazing things. So I really, just want to try my hand at that. No idea where this is going to go. Really have no idea, especially because I'm just starting out. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. So we're just going to have to wait and see. That's even if I decide to go into the world of card making, because I don't think I'm always going to have time to be making cards for people for all occasions and stuff. I like the idea of doing that. You can make like little goodie bags and that kind of thing, but I don't know if I'm going to have time for this. So we shall see. It's just something that I wanted to explore. Also, I wanted to have an entire list of my bill due dates. I'm sure a lot of people do that, but for me personally, I have a terrible memory, and it takes me a while to remember things unless I deem them to be extremely important. So basically that's why I need to have a list of bill due dates. So you kind of get the idea. Also, I need to get a filing cabinet. I have my eye on one of the Bisley ones, which if you guys are not familiar, they are really, really nice. They're also really expensive. It's like $200 for, I think, just one of their standard filing cabinets. And I don't necessarily want to buy it online because I don't want it to come to me damaged. So I found out that there is a Container Store about an hour away from where I am going to be living. And, I'm going to go scope it out because I've always wanted one of the Bisley, filing cabinets. I just never could pull the trigger because the most I've ever spent on a filing cabinet was $100, and it had 3 drawers. It was from Walmart. It did the job. It locked, whatever. But I'm kind of stepping into uncharted territory, I guess you could say, because I'm actually kind of craving, things that are higher quality. I don't necessarily want to say that I'm being snobby because I really don't think of myself that way in most respects, but I just feel like it's, a filing cabinet. It should last me for at least over 20 years, because it is made of metal. So why not get something that I know is going to last? You know what I mean? I would rather spend my money on something that I know is going to last, that I can enjoy, rather than spend it on something that can easily be damaged. And trust me when I say the ones from Walmart easily can be damaged, because guess who did the damage? Yeah, right here, me. So that's kind of the direction that I'm going towards. So, I just wanted to kind of keep y'all in the loop, because you're probably like, thinking I'm like insane at this point, having like a Filofax and then, not even having it for that long and then being like, oh, I'm switching to DISCBOUND. I'm not completely switching to it. So one other thing that I want to mention, actually there's 2 other things, but the first one is that I am planning on getting another Filofax. I haven't bought it yet, but as soon as I get to my apartment and everything's copacetic, I may or may not buy it then, or I might just wait. It's all just gonna kind of depend on how things pan out, so we shall see. The other thing is the giveaway, because I know some of y'all are probably wondering, when is this girl gonna do the giveaway? Like, I have not forgotten. Trust me, I totally have not. I actually have all the giveaway stuff with me right now. The problem though is that I am moving, so If I would have done it a couple weeks ago, it would have already been done, but it's gonna have to be coming up here. I want to do it before Christmas because it's always been my goal to do a giveaway before, you know, just do a giveaway like every year for you guys, because yes, you watch my videos, you know, and you follow me, but I wanted to give something back to you guys, and you have no idea how much I appreciate all of you. Like, there are no words for how much I appreciate all of you, and all of your feedback is extremely helpful. Even if you give me a thumbs down, you know, I'm still gonna take that and be like, okay, well, I need to review this, you know what I mean? It's just, it kind of keeps me in check, and there are not a lot of people who are willing to do that because, you know, you're investing your time. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate, you know, the fact that you guys interact with me, whether it's on Snapchat or Instagram or here on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, I just wanted to do something for you guys. So that being said, yes, there will be a giveaway before Christmas. I'm determined it's gonna happen. And of course there will be one next year. I kind of feel like I'm just gonna keep upping the ante though, because last year's giveaway, I only gave away 2 planners to 2 different people. This year's giveaway, it's going to 1 person, and it is huge. So, you know, it's definitely really, in my opinion, really awesome that I can do that for you guys, because it means that I'm moving along in life, and you know, it's just exciting that y'all can share that with me. So again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I know I'm going through a transitionary phase right now. Things are not like normal, but they will be. Give it like another 2 weeks or so, and they will totally be normal. But anyways, I'm gonna go and find some ARC stuff, and I will, oops, it needs to focus camera, come on. But anyways, I will talk to y'all in the next clip. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you what I got really quickly, because remember I was contemplating doing DISCBOUND and I totally pulled the trigger. So I got the pink junior size ARC, and what I really like about this is it's literally the same thing as the tool ones that they have at Office Depot. So I'm pretty sure ARC came out first, but you know, whatever. So I could be wrong on that. Something amazing that I found, these things never go on sale. So I was so like over the moon about this, but I found some Brother TZE tape. This is the 3/4 inch gold print on black tape. And oh my god, like I've never found it this cheap in my life. So that being said, did she even take that? Okay, she did take it off, because there was like a discrepancy in price. But so I got that for, I think it was like $3. That never happens. Normally TZE tape is about, I want to say it's like 20, you know, 25 around there, depending on how much you get in a package. So it really just does kind of depend. I got the Martha Stewart bookmark dividers, because, you know, Martha Stewart has her own DISCBOUND stuff. She's had it for a while, so, you know, I really think that's cool. And then I got some of these notebook bands because I knew I was going to need that. Also got some Post-its, just like the little baby ones. It was like really cheap. I think it was like $1 something. Let me see. Yeah, $1.78. So that never happens either. It's one of those grab and go items. And then I had a thought. I was like, I can use the old planner pages that I stocked up on from Target in my ARC. Then I kind of thought it was maybe a bad idea to do that because the holes are pre-punched in those, and in order to basically get it so that it'll work in the ARC, I would have to cut off the area that has the holes, and then that would start encroaching upon the planner pages themselves. So I'm gonna try it out. I don't know if it's gonna work because honestly, I was going to donate all of my Target planner pages that I haven't used, that I stocked up on big time last year. So I did go ahead and I got the compact punch because this is only like 15 bucks. If you get the large one, it's like 50. So I didn't really want to spend like $100 on ARC shit. I mean, I think you guys can understand that. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to use this ARC notebook, you know, planner, whatever it's going to be, for my, I guess, like travel planner. You know, it's gonna like come with me everywhere I go. It's gonna have all the same shit in it as my Filofax does, and my Filofax is going to stay at home. It's going to be kind of like the hub, I guess you could say, of my entire life. And then I was also thinking of taking the larger DISCBOUND notebook, the tool one that I showed you guys earlier, and kind of making that into, I guess you could say, sort of like a household type planner, if you will. So it'll have like cleaning stuff in there and blah, blah, blah. Although now I'm honestly just kind of thinking of having the larger DISCBOUND notebook that I have as my everything planner, and, you know, making the inserts myself like I've been doing, and then using my Filofax for the same thing, I guess, and then having this one with me on the go. So basically I'm looking at like 3 planners, and I know people put out videos where it's like, how many planners do you actually need? And what I always like to tell people, because I get a lot of my friends who ask me questions because they know I'm really deep into this shit. They're always like, so how many planners should I use? And I'm like, you know what? Use as many as you want. If you like to have a planner for finances, for fitness, for your kids, for your husband, you know, for yourself, for errands, you know, if you want to have that many, you go right ahead. If it works for you, work with it. I feel like I keep saying that with almost every single video I do now, but seriously, if it works for you, work with it. And that's really all I can say. You know, I mean, and also you need to find out if it works for you in the first place. So very, very excited about all of this stuff. I will be sharing this with you guys when I finally get it set up, and yeah, I'm just really excited. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as I kind of delve into, you know, uncharted territory with the whole ARC thing. I will keep y'all posted on this. I promise. But just keep in mind that this will be going with me to work, and it's going to be just, it's not going to be like my pretty planner, if you know what I mean. So things might tend to get ugly, and I don't think there's going to be much stamping in there. We will see. For the most part, like I said, it's going to be an OTG on the go planner, so I wouldn't count on a lot. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye guys.